Good afternoon, it's Michael Herbert, your town manager. It's Thursday, February the 11th. Hadn't done a video update in a long time, so I thought I would reintroduce those to Facebook, give you some information about some relevant things that are happening in town right now. I'm going to close it up with some important information about vaccinations and COVID, so I'd encourage you to stick around until the end. But I'm going to start off with our Route 126 project. Those of you that have been following the project know that this is a 20-year collaboration between the state and the town. The state's picking up about $20 million of the $22 million tab, and you're going to see a lot of activity start happening with that in the spring. Last fall and in the winter, you saw a little bit of activity happening. They were doing some gas work, they were doing some preliminary construction work, but ground's going to be broken and the project will be well underway beginning in the spring and moving in for the next couple of years. Our communications team has set up a section on our website where you can go and you can fill in a form and you can get notifications on that project, and I would encourage you to do so. We're going to try to get information out there as much as possible because it's going to be a very massive project, a very transformative project, but again, it's going to take a little bit of pain to get to that good ending that we're all looking for. So in some not so good news, I wanted to talk a little bit about the MBTA. So I don't know if people are aware of this, but over the last year, the MBTA has been discussing service reductions as a way to combat the decreased revenue that they were seeing because of COVID. Well, those reductions will start going into place in March and April of this year. The MBTA has decided that they're going to have a public hearing on these service reductions and take public comment. And those are going to be done virtually, of course. The first one's going to be February 17th, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m. And then the second one is going to be February 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. We'll have the link on the website and on our social media pages for you to follow. If you are a user of the T in COVID times and pre-COVID times, and you're going to plan on using it in the future, I would really encourage you to sign up and find out more information about that. Moving on, some good news. Our economic development team has been working on a new page called Ashland Biz Buzz. It's on Facebook and it's on Instagram. You're going to get to see promotions and deals and all kinds of advertisements and information for our local businesses. So follow those pages, get all the information for our great local businesses, and buy local and support local whenever you can. And I want to move on next to our Ashland Fire Department. So our Ashland Fire Department actually does a really good job of utilizing non-taxpayer revenue to support their operations and the things that they want to do. And again, they received a grant. It's called a SAFE grant, not to be confused with a SAFER grant, but a SAFE grant, which allows them to do educational activities for both young kids in the schools and then also with the seniors. So congratulations to Keith Roby and his team for the work that they're doing, and I'm glad that they're going to be able to expand those programs. I also want to talk about elections. So first, I want to thank everybody who showed up at the last special town election in January. We had a good turnout, 14 to 15%, which, you know, if you look at it just from a percentage basis, is not that great. But if you consider that it's a special election and it was happening during a pandemic, we're really proud of the turnout and really want to thank people who came and exercised their right to vote. So the next election is going to be our regular election, and that's scheduled to happen in May. It might be pushed out to June. It all depends on the COVID situation. But if you go to the Town Clerk's website, you can go and you can see all the offices that will have open seats. And I would encourage you, if you're interested, to take out papers and consider running for election for some of these seats. Again, you'll find the list on the Town Clerk's webpage and all the instructions and everything that you need to do. I think if you would talk to any board members or committee members, you would find that they really enjoy being able to get back to the community. So really, it's hard work, but it's really rewarding work. And then finally, I want to talk about COVID and vaccinations. So I'll just give you some raw numbers right now. As of today, we have had 1,224 total cases of COVID in the community that have been confirmed. Now, 1,182 of those have been cleared. So that's an aggregate number as well. That's not like just as of today. And as everybody knows, there's a vaccine rollout that's happening. Currently, we're in phase two, group 1 of phase 2, which is for residents 75 and older. Now, we have had a really hard time getting our hands on vaccine from the state. Hope people understand that that's where we get it from. That's our supply. We've had a really difficult time getting a supply on our own. But through the work of our COVID task force, we've been able to partner with some surrounding towns, including Hopkinton and Westboro, and we're actually going to be able to run some vaccine clinics. As of now, we have got 245 people that should be signed up for just that clinic. Ashland people who have signed up for that clinic that meet the criteria. And hopefully by the end of our own local clinics, we'll be well on our way to vaccinating all of those that are 75 and older in our community. If you got a robocall this weekend, it was about the vaccination clinic, but then it was also encouraging people to sign up for notifications for appointments. Not to get an appointment, but for notifications about appointments. So I would encourage everybody to do that again, or keep doing that as well, especially if you're in group 2, or phase 2, I should say, in one of the later groups. You go to the website, you fill out a simple form, it gets your information into our database, and we can let you know when appointments become available. So that's really it for right now. Want to thank everybody for their patience and their understanding as we've really gone through just an unbelievable 2020 and the start of 2021. I do feel like things are looking brighter as people get more and more vaccinated. We're going to see things open up a little bit more, hopefully, and we'll get to return to some semblance of normal, probably what we're going to term a new normal. So until the next time, this is Michael Herbert, and thank you all for your support and everything you do for the community.